Good evening. Welcome to my garden, Lilac Hill. I am out here on this beautiful sunny evening in front of my large rhododendron that is loaded with bees. I have traded in my winter headbands and scarves for my hair clips, sun hats, and summery blouses. I love summer. I love being out in the garden, but I'm enjoying spring. This has been a good spring. The garden looks great. Everything is just done super well. I couldn't be happier with the plants, the weather. We did get a bit of a hard rain the other day. The rhododendron came through okay, and I want to share with you some of the other projects that we're working on and just really ramping up for summer. But right now I am enjoying spring on Lilac Hill. Thank you for watching. I wanted to share this beautiful plant on this sunny spring evening. It is full of bees. You're going into all the flowers, getting the pollen. This rhododendron is estimated to be about 60 years old. It was part of a larger farm estate at one point that was on this entire corner. It has put on lots of new growth. This whole area here, this is all new, and it's got lots of green. And it is full of bees. Okay, let's have a look at the garden on this evening, and we'll just turn and start walking this way. This bed here is a corner bed I put in a few years ago, and it's got 3 Weigelia in here with the cream flowers. There's a Strantia, Rogersia, and these are the fall asters. They're white, and the mock orange. Very scented plant. Another month maybe for that. Summer bloomer. And behind the Astrantia is the Skimmia, which has lots of new growth. And there's a sweet box in here for winter interest. And the lighting means the garden lights up at night. And it's just a nice pretty corner bed. The Troisia has done extremely well. Came through the frost in the winter with just a little damage. But the bees are even enjoying it. Nice white flowers. It's got a nice scent to the, it's a nice creamy scent. Okay, so this area here, then the mess under our sun deck, is our work in progress chicken run garden. And we have gained about 10 more feet from a land survey. And now the chickens have their own run, a new run, neighbors' chickens. And I will eventually develop this into maybe some raised beds. Right now, it's just a holding bed. I've actually got some cuttings of some quince in there, so I'll see how they do. And then this is my rock garden in progress. There's the little lilac in here. And there's 3 daylilies. That's a penstemon rock candy, the heather shrubs, some non-invasive morning glory, potentilla frosty, the 2 spireas, Madonna daisy, a little shorter daisy, And I did the non-invasive morning glory as a way to, something to climb up the poor butterfly bush that really just got hammered by the frost. It does have some growth, but I'm going to leave it as a structure plant for things to grow onto. And the lower garden in the late afternoon sun, that gets going to be all wildflowers. There's a pussy willow down there. And then of course the lavender lady, lilac, huge. The trusses on this, or the flower stalks. And I love the colors in here. The euphorbia, perennial geranium. There's chives, coneflower, and I have a white lilac back there. The California lilac bushes are just about to bloom. They are got their buds and they look really nice. And they've done well. It's California lilac. Hedge along here, a bit of a windbreak. And then more purples and another, this one's called bonfire euphorbia. And I've got some of the old windows ready. We brought them out just to get some ideas for what kind of cleanup they're going to need. We're going to be trimming the sides. These ones have the leaded bars, which I think are really neat looking. These are going to be for this west side, the back wall. And this one's going the wrong direction. It actually goes this way. And it needs a clean up, but that's kind of the fun of the old windows. And there's going to be 10 in total. I really like the afternoon sun. Looks nice. Peonies. It's going to be a good year for peonies. I will do a video on the peonies as they start to open. If the weather stays the way it is, every one of these will become a flower. And then there's the new ones going in. And this is the new one called Alexander Fleming and Coral Sunset. And just looking back at the new greenhouse. I'm looking forward to doing the decorating in there. There's going to be some lighting and I'll have seedlings, and it's just going to be a really beautiful place to go and get out of the rain. The roof is sloped to the back and that will drain into the lower garden. Nice sunny evening. The two honeysuckles are the best year I've had for honeysuckles. They have flowers. One is slightly lighter, but right now they seem to both be about the same color, but one earlier on was a bit lighter, and then the other one is a bit darker. And then on the patio here, all set up for a nice morning cup of tea. I do a lot of tea and plants studies. I don't grow plants for tea drinking, but I do study plants and the relationship the plants we grow have with the teas that we drink. And I have 10 tea in the garden books that I have written, more out of interest to see just what kind of stories I could come up with. And an example is white peony is a very famous plant in tea culture, and it is also by Mudan, which is a white peony tea. So I enjoy those studies, and that's why my garden is named Heather's Tea Garden, because I love the study of tea and the relationship tea has with tea we drink with the plants that we grow. And speaking of plants that we grow, this gorgeous tree peony opened this week. It is really, really probably something else. This is tree peony, goes back to probably around 1999. And it's put on lots of growth in its pot. Wind's kicking up, maybe another storm's coming. But it's really pretty. Just another look back in the evening sun. Sun is just setting on the west hill. And one more structure to show. I'll just move this string a little bit. I don't tie them on very tight, but when it gets windy, I like to make sure they're well supported. And there's the other bloom. There's 4 in total this year. Gorgeous. Plants in the host enclosure look really nice against the evening sun. And this is going to be our new tool shed. And this is going to have a nice sliding barn door. And we'll be able to put all that stuff that's underneath the sun deck in here. We'll hang up our tools properly. And then my husband's woodworking shop will be freed of all of the tools that we're storing in there. I've got a chipper I'm going to start using. And I've even got my own little table saw to play with. I think it's a table saw. No, it's not a table saw. It's a compound saw. Just a small blade. Want to get into maybe making some bird houses and structures and things like that for the garden. And there's one other plant that's in here that's quite pretty, a little bit overlooked. Let's have a look at this columbine. Where are you? And look at that little columbine. That's so pretty. And back to the tree peony on this fantastic evening against the beautiful evening sunset over the west tree line. Sun is setting in the garden on a spring evening in May. Thank you for watching.